Now, ladies and gentlemen, cricket in India is an emotion. And an India-Pakistan game is considered to be the mother of all battles. The game is always high stakes, irrespective of where it is played or in what format. It isn't just a sport. Time and again, historical connotations and cross-border terrorism have plagued both the countries. While we speak of terrorism, India says it will not travel to terror haven for any game. They have cited security concerns, rightly so, while meanwhile Pakistan has been desperately wanting to host the Asia Cup. But India has made its stand very clear that it has said the Indian team is not going to travel to Pakistan to play the upcoming Asia Cup if they get to host it. Chances are that they might not. On the other hand, Asia Cricket Council has recently rejected the hybrid model, which was considered to be a feasible option until both nations start playing each other in respective nations. Let me remind our viewers that amid the ongoing standoff between the PCB and the BCCI, the Pakistan Cricket Board chairman Najam Sethi had earlier threatened to boycott the World Cup in India. He made it clear that Pakistan will have to travel to India for the ODI World Cup only if the Rohit Sharma-led team is allowed to play the upcoming Asia Cup and the 2025 Champions Trophy in his country, that is Pakistan. My colleague Karishma had spoken to him a few weeks ago. Listen in to this exclusive conversation first.
Joining us is the chief of the Pakistan Cricket Board, Mr. Najam Sethi. So firstly, thank you so much for speaking to us here on Times Network.
You're welcome.
So I want to start by asking you, what is the latest on Asia Cup? Is the hybrid model still in talks? Has it been rejected by other member countries? What's the status of Asia Cup as far as Pakistan is concerned?
Well, as far as I know, we are still in the stage of negotiation. We have not yet heard back from the Asian Cricket Council head, Mr. Jay Shah. We're in talks with Jay Shah Sahab and his interlocutors. In my last meeting 5 days ago in Dubai with one of them, I gave the full plan, which has, in a sense, overcome some of the difficulties that they had pointed out. So we're now waiting for them to come back to us.
So could you clarify what exactly is the hybrid model that has been suggested by the PCB?
Well, you see, the problem begins with India because India refuses to play Pakistan, either in Pakistan or bilaterally outside Pakistan, except in a multilateral contest. So it'll play us in the ICC fixtures and it'll play us in the Asian Cup. But India and Pakistan don't have any bilateral series going because they can't decide on where to play. And India, in fact, has refused to play Pakistan bilaterally. So when the Asia Cup came up, we are the hosts this year. It's our turn. We expected that the Asian Cricket Council would consult us on two things. Number one, the schedule, when it will begin, when it will end, how the games are to be played, what the two sections are going to be, and also where it will be played. The Asia Cup president, Mr. Jay Shah, wants us to play all the matches in a neutral venue. My position is this: as host, we would like the Asia Cup to be played in Pakistan. Now, there's no security issue. All the countries of the world have come and played in Pakistan in the last 3 years. So why isn't India coming to Pakistan to play? Because if India were to come to Pakistan to play, then of course we would go to India to play the World Cup. And then when the Champions Trophy comes around, we are the hosts. Then India would come and play the Champions Trophy in Pakistan too, like all the other countries. But what's happened is that Mr. Jay Shah has said that for various reasons, he cannot come to Pakistan to play and wants the whole Asia Cup shifted to a neutral venue. Our position is, no, that's not right. So I have offered a compromise, a face-saving compromise for us, so that the Asia Cup is not derailed. That compromise is that play 4 matches in Pakistan, and we'll all fly off to the neutral venue where India and the other teams will be waiting, and we play the rest of the 7 or 8 matches there, including the final. Even if Pakistan is in the final, we'll play it in the neutral venue, with or against anybody else. So there's not going to be any toing and froing. So I have offered this solution, as it were, because if they take up this solution, then when the World Cup comes around, our government won't say to us, don't go and play in India. And if it does, we'll say, no problem, we'll have a a neutral venue to play our games, just as India is playing their games outside Pakistan right now. And much the same sort of philosophy can prevail when the Champions Trophy rolls around in Pakistan. India can play its matches outside Pakistan. This problem would never have arisen if India had agreed to come to Pakistan.
So last couple of questions, just to make it simpler for people who will be watching this later. If India does not play Asia Cup in Pakistan or at a neutral venue or the hybrid model that you've suggested, then Pakistan will find it difficult to come for the 50-over World Cup in India later this year. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I think my government will stop me from coming to India.
And so is there anything that you would want in terms of, the 2023 World Cup? Because there were reports that Pakistan is refusing to play in Ahmedabad, or there are some apprehensions with regard to certain venues as well. Is that correct, sir?
That has never been raised because the question of playing in the World Cup has not arisen right now. In my talks with the Asia Cup people and with the ICC, we have not discussed the World Cup and what will happen in the World Cup. This business of playing in Ahmedabad or playing here or there has been raised by the Indian media. We are not aware of any such issues because we haven't come to that bridge. We haven't crossed that bridge right now. But I will tell you one thing. If India were to play in Pakistan, Pakistan would play in India at any venue that the BCCI decided. I can tell you that.